Another team that played the opener yesterday but ended up on the wrong side of it is the RCB, the Royal Challengers Bengaluru, a side that has had all kinds of superstars, all kinds of star players over the years, but unfortunately has never been able to clinch the title. A side that has the superstar of world cricket, Virat Kohli. So when you look at the side right now, I think it is a very batting heavy side, a very strong batting side on paper, because ultimately it will depend on how Glenn Maxwell and Dinesh Karthik do this year. Because Glenn Maxwell has very iffy seasons, has fantastic seasons, so it all depends on what kind of season he has. If it continues to be an iffy season, then it's going to be very difficult for RCB again, because all the pressure will be on Virat Kohli and Faf again, and they will not be able to start off with those flyers that they usually do when they know that there is a good dependable middle order to come, and they will have to protect their wickets, conserve their wickets, and which eventually leads to lesser runs being scored than their potential. Dinesh Karthik, on the other hand, did not have a very good IPL last year. He's had forgettable bouts of cricket overall, but if he is able to replicate his form of 2022, I think RCB will have a very solid finisher at number 6 or 7, someone they can truly depend on, and someone who can hammer fast bowlers and spinners equally. So I think the batting definitely depends on these two, because I'm sure that Virat Kohli, Faf du Plessis and Cameron Green will find a way to score runs, and they will do pretty well, if not exceedingly well. I think the bowling is a bit of a concern, because when you look at their whole bowling lineup, you don't see any big name. You don't see someone who you know is going to perform. Of course, Mohammad Siraj is there, but honestly in T20 cricket, he hasn't been exceptional. He's been good. He's been exceptional in Test cricket. He's been exceptional in ODI cricket, but T20 is not there at the moment, at least. So when you look at the fast bowlers, they have the likes of Alzari Joseph, Mohammad Siraj, Yash Dayal. So these are 3 fast bowlers who are good skill-wise, but if it's not their day, all of them can get hit all across the park, and they can all be very expensive. They can hand over figures of more than 50 in their 4 overs. So that will be a big concern for them. They do have Reece Topley, who is not a very highly rated bowler, who's not someone who you'll be hearing of a lot, but I think the fact that he's tall gives you the left-handed option, can swing the ball, can pick wickets with the new ball. I think Reece Topley should have been there in the starting 11 instead of Alzari Joseph, in my opinion. When you look at the spin as well, you see that there's just Karan Sharma and Tagore who played, and to be honest, both of them are pretty ordinary spinners. Karan Sharma has been there for a while, but he hasn't done something extraordinary in this more than a decade that he's played IPL. Mayank Tagore again is an okay spinner, but he's not someone you would bank on to get you wickets in the middle overs. So I think even the spin department, Maxwell will of course bowl, and he, I think, has got a hang of how to bowl in Indian wickets, Indian pitches, because he's bowled for Australia, he's bowled for RCB, he's bowled in the IPL for a while now. So he's okay, but again, he's also not exceptional. So the spin department too is average or slightly below average. The fast bowling department is just average. So in the overall bowling lineup, there isn't anybody who stands out, and I think that will be a big cause of concern. Though I understand that the only way they can win is to outrun their opponents, because they play at the Chinnaswamy, half their matches they play there, and that is where, regardless of who a bowler you are going to be hit. And which is why it reminds me of Yuzvendra Chahal. That man, I don't know what's the reason for the utter injustice that's been done to him, but he, being a leg spinner, has bowled so well over the years at Chinnaswamy. He was economical, he used to pick wickets, and they let go of him. And now they've also let go of Hasaranga. So I don't know what goes on in the minds of the management, but overall, the RCB side, I think it's very difficult to make it to the top 4, and I think they'll even struggle to make it to the top 6 or 7. I see them in the bottom 3, to be very honest. And while there's a lot of chatter about how well the RCB women's team played in the WPL, I think they had a good side. They did use their resources to the optimum, and they did win. But on the other hand, this RCB men's side, I think, is a very batting heavy side that is heavily relying on their top 6 batters, which is never a good sign. Anyway, we'll wait and see how things turn out. Thank you very much for watching. Bye-bye.